Hello, welcome to the University of Florida Tech Features Series, where we discuss various technologies that you might want to have in your eDiscovery software. I'm thrilled to have with me today Ian Campbell. Ian is a great supporter at the University of Florida in our various programs, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today, Ian.
It's a pleasure to be here, and always great to share thoughts and ideas in and around how to move eDiscovery in forward direction.
One of the problems we're always facing in electronic discovery is how to move through information as quickly and efficiently as possible. Typically we're often in an environment where we're looking at a grid matrix of documents, and that can pose lots of frustrations. One, in terms of moving through documents one at a time, which isn't the most effective method, and two, it drives up cost, which is a painful experience for everybody involved. Have you been feeling this pain from your clients, Ian?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the old standard problem. I think it's in pretty much every review tool. You either look at documents in a big Excel spreadsheet like Grid, or you look at them one by one, and you're sort of in a next environment. And it's challenging, but there's some interesting technologies out there to make things a little bit different.
Well, how can you help make things a little bit different for us and help us get through that process? What have you guys done at iConect?
Well, it's interesting when you start to look at social media, really, how do people siphon through tons and tons of information, in some cases information overload. And what they do is they use thumbnails. And, I'll use a quick example here. Here's a gallery off a standard smartphone. You're very quickly going through and you're getting those instant visual cues. And we thought, wouldn't it be interesting if we could give something similar to that in eDiscovery world? And as opposed to looking at documents one by one or in a grid, but be able to have a look at them in thumbnails so I can instantly hone in on specific documents I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's a neat idea, because we do go through that stuff pretty quickly. And lots of times in eDiscovery, we're looking for stuff that we've been alerted to. It's not as though the data set is brand new to us or foreign to us. We may have been given a heads up about some particular content that's important. We've got to find it. And, looking for content with text searching sometimes is tricky. We might just want to look through images because we have an idea of what it might be it a particular design, be it a particular color, or even a particular shape of an email and even a text document.
That's right. If you've got a reviewer who went through a bunch of documents and found, let's say, they just sort of remember a really exciting document with a blue cover. How do you search for that? You can't really search for blue cover. And other than going back and doing that entire review again, it's very, very hard to find. And you also, in a text situation, you may remember an email that had a really, really short piece of text. And when you look at that in a thumbnail, you'll be able to identify and hone in on that document pretty quickly.
All right, Ian, can you show us how this thumbnail feature works on iConect?
Absolutely. I'll just go and share a screen here for you, Bill.
Thank you.
What we've done, this is obviously the dashboard. Now I've logged in, I've chosen a case, I'm looking at some metrics on the case, but ultimately I want to go and look at documents. And again, this is the typical grid view we talked about only moments ago. But what if with a click of a button, you could look at the same information as thumbnail? So now what you're starting to see is the documents in a little bit of a different way. You're starting to be able to very quickly hone in on documents that maybe contain content you're looking for, or colors or images. And really in doing this, it starts to give a totally different light to the collection, because I can immediately go, like I do in Windows, with a control key. I want that one and that one and that one. Those are the ones I need to focus in on, and I'm going to drag those over into a manufacturer's design folder. So I've effectively now tagged those documents using a visual cue of the document and drag and drop without having to do a long and lengthy individual document review.
Ian, I'm looking at your screen and I see that ignore folder over there. I take it that thumbnails are also helpful in terms of filtering out things that you really don't want to look at, that's clutter in your document collection.
That's right. I mean, whether it's inappropriate content or as you say, clutter, I've gone and opened up a document, a gentleman's folder here called John, and we can see that John has a whole bunch of stuff in here. It looks like these are all calendars. I'll just verify that. I've double-clicked on it to come over here into the standard viewer and have a look and see, yeah, these are all calendar events. So now what I can do is come back here and just go with a shift go and grab those, and again, drag those over to that ignore folder. And now when my second level reviewers are coming in, I've now identified a bunch of things that I don't have to waste valuable attorney time looking at.
Neat. This is a nice feature, and I think our viewers can see where it can be very handy. Handy in all cases, but especially handy in some kinds of cases. Ian, how else can attorneys use this thumbnail process?
Well, I think there's lots of different things. Even with email, one of the challenges, of course, is that you've got a lot of emails and a number of attachments here. So when you look at going into a family group, what this actually does is it starts to group together documents with color cues. And you can see there's an individual one. Here's two documents that belong together. And then beyond that, the redactions for these documents are also being shown within thumbnail mode. So it starts to really kind of replicate what's happening in the standard review, but also be able to look at a variety of documents in one big glance and really try to get that information across to the viewer far quicker.
Ian, thanks so much. Really appreciate you showing iConect on our program today, which is an example of the kinds of functionality and features that our viewers might want to see in electronic software that they're using. If one of our viewers wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that, Ian?
Yeah, you can learn more at www.iconnect.com. It's iConnect with one N. Or fire us a quick email at info@iconnect.com, and we'll get you lots more information. There's also lots of videos online, including some of the stuff you saw today.
Thanks, Ian. Really appreciate it.
Anytime, Bill. Thank you.
Bye-bye.